To really get to the best of the best in the listing presentation, to really get to the best of the best in terms of your sales skills, there has to be a system or series of steps that you commit to engaging. Let me give you 6 steps that'll really improve your listing presentation. And these 6 steps will really take your listing presentation to the highest level. Now, you need to follow these guidelines and steps really for the next 60 days at a minimum. And the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take you to reach the champion agent listing level. And let me give you these steps. And again, they should be done in a short time frame. The first would be practice your listing presentation once a day for the next 60 days. My friends, your ability to go through the presentation frequently enough will make a significant difference. If you only do your presentation a few times a year or even a few times a month, you're not going to notice the improvement at all. You're not going to have done it consistently enough in a short period of time. I remember a number of years ago, Joni was learning to play golf, my wife, and we learned to play somewhat together. I was improving my game, but she was a brand new beginner. And we went on a trip after she was able to hit the ball okay with a group of people on a golf junket. And she played 6 days in a row at these different courses, and we were up in Canada. And the amazing improvement happened by doing it every day, playing golf every day for that 6 days in a row. And some of the days we actually played 2 rounds. So she played probably 7 or 8 rounds in the course of a week. And what happened was she dropped about 20 or 25 strokes on average off her round by the end of that, and it continued that way because of the consistency that she was playing every day. If you're only doing a presentation every once in a while, it's hard to get in any kind of rhythm and it's hard to learn. The second is role play your qualifying questions twice a day for the next 60 days. If you have those questions nailed in your mind, you have them in front of you, and your delivery is strong with confidence, your ability and skill is going to go through the roof. Your confidence will go through the roof. Your conviction will go through the roof. And your ability to glean the information and having more information than your competition walking in the door will be significant. Now, the third is to work on the major objections of the listing side of the business for 30 minutes each day for the next 60 days. Drilling, role playing, analyzing, practicing, scripting the top objections for the next 60 days every day for 30 minutes each day for the next 60 days. The objections of, I want to think it over. I want a shorter listing period. I want you to cut your commission. Another agent will list it at a higher price. I really need to net. I don't want to give it away. I want to do a few fix-ups and cleanups before I list. I want to talk with a few other agents. You don't sell homes in my area. I've never heard of your company before. Your company's too small or your company's too large. I mean, there's a number of them I've just listed out. Those are the ones that you're going to hear most frequently. In fact, you're going to hear those that I just gave you probably 90+% of the time if an objection comes up. So why not perfect those 10 or so to the nth degree? Know how to deliver them and the responses to them. Practice the pause, acknowledge, explore, isolate, answer, close, process with them. Practice your answering of those and the isolation toward those. Again, my friends, recognize that this is a repeatable function, that you're going to hear these over and over again in your career. The fourth is tape your listing presentation and listen to it. Tape it. The best way for you to learn is to listen to hear what you're saying. This is the best way for you to know what you're really saying, not what your mind thinks you're saying. The universal truth I learned by listening to 50 or 60 listing presentations over a very short period of time a few years ago is that we talk more than we listen. Over 80% of our presentation is usually us talking. But the seller should be talking 80% of the time, not the agent. You're not going to learn anything new because you already know what you know. What you want to know is, what does the seller know? 5, evaluate your performance in every presentation. Champion performers are people who are most honest with themselves and evaluate themselves after every presentation. Be honest with yourself on how you did. Don't be too hard and too demotivating, but ask yourself some questions that are very good and write the responses. You're going to learn more from your mistakes than you're going to learn from your victories. And you'll learn to avoid making the mistakes over and over again, as most people do. So let me give you a couple questions you may want to probe yourself. Example, what are the 2 or 3 things that I did well? You want to take a look at what were the strengths in this particular presentation. Then, did I listen to the client's concerns? Did you honestly listen and evaluate their concerns? How much of the time did I talk versus how much of the time did the client talk? And come up with a percentage. Did I stay on track of my presentation and during my presentation? Did I follow the agenda, or did the client take me all over the map? What objections caused me problems? What were the things, objection-wise, that I stumbled, mumbled, or bumbled on? What is the one area I need to improve on? Great question. What is the one area of all the areas that you think is the most detrimental to your presentation? That's the limiting step that's got to be removed right now. What did my client get most excited about? In terms of the service or the benefits that I'm offering, the features or benefits, what did the client get excited about? And then lastly, what steps do I need to take to stay on track better and do a better presentation? Being a champion agent starts with having a champion listing presentation. It makes it easier for you to prospect. It makes it more exciting for you to prospect. It puts yourself in competitive situations. The preparation beforehand, I really believe, is what most agents need to focus on immediately. If you go into presentation with more information than your competitors, you're going to win at least 80% of the time, even in a competitive situation. So you want to make sure that that's you, that you're practicing the process, that you're evaluating the process and improving and focusing on being that champion listing agent that's inside of you.